Hello everyone, today we're going to look at dome maintenance. I often get asked how long will a polythene and timber dome last? Will it rot away, or will the cover need replacing every 3 years? It's a difficult question to answer unless you have a dome that's been around for a while and we can come back and have a look. This dome this is actually the first dome that I ever built, polythene and timber dome, for a greenhouse, and it was built in 2008. So this season, it'll be 7 years old. So I thought we'd come back and have a look, see how the timber's faring, how the cover looks. There's basically been nothing done to it in 7 years. I've had a quick wander around. We'll walk around and I'll show you how it's faring. But the tape's come off, I can see. One or two of the windows have blown open and broken. I'll show you that as well. But I mean, as far as the wood goes, it looks all pretty okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a quick look around, see how what a 7-year-old polythene and timber dome looks like, and then we'll run through a bit of a refurbishment and clean it up for the season. Okay, we'll have a look on the outside first. It's a breezy day today, so we'll try and get back in. As you can see, the tape's come off. Because this was the very first dome I did every single triangle individually covered, which was a huge amount of work. Now what I do now is I cover 3 at a time, so you wouldn't get any joints here. So a normal one would have less joints anyway. But as you can see, the tape's come off. We've had some repairs. Let's have a look at that. Some small repairs, and that's come apart a bit. On this side, must be the north side, because we've got a huge amount of green algae growth on it. Again, the tape is some of it's stuck and still on, which is surprising, to be honest. But from looking at this tape, it looks like it's degraded quicker than the polythene, so it's crumbling. So we'll need to put new on, and there's an odd cut here and there. Again, all the panels seem intact. This is a windy site, and that's why some of the windows blown open. There's a repair there. Again, the tape's degraded, so it's just crumbling off. But I mean, this looks pretty clean. Let's have a go inside. Again, you can see the green showing through. Have a look at this window. This window here is destroyed. Basically, what happened was it got windy one night and it blew open and bent all the window fitting back, and the whole window went back. But the window, you can see the window's still intact, just that what I normally do now is I fit one of these, which is a manual opener. I don't know if you can see that up there. Again, look, we've got an odd gash from pheasant. There's a couple here. Now what I'll probably do is I might take those panels out and replace the plastic on them, just to show how that's done. You could probably just repair that with repair tape, but we'll try and get it looking as neat as possible. That's a big gash there, you see, so I might replace that one as well. See, the tape is degraded on that. It's still doing its job, but it's not going to last a lot longer. So obviously we have got some damp coming in. Let's have a look at the frame. The frame itself there's no rot. It's damp in places, especially in the corners, and there's green growing out of some of them, but it's not rotted at all. I think the test for rot is your penknife. No, it's pretty good. Yeah, fine. This is the base. That's all solid, right into the ground. I might replace some of the stakes to hold it down, because after this length of time they might have rotted in the ground, and you've got to keep your dome fixed firmly to the ground. You can see the wind just moving this leg a little bit. Just a little bit. Another patch there. So what we'll do now is I'll show you the cleaning and maintenance to get this dome back up and running and back to looking smart again. First thing we need to do is wash down the whole dome with soapy water with a bit of vinegar in it. Okay, what I've got is a bucket of warm soapy water with some vinegar in it and a big cloth. This green's really dried on, so give it a good clean there now. It's taken about 2 hours, but it's not looking so bad there now. What I'll do is tomorrow, because the rain's coming now, I'll look at all the panels that need any repair work and fix the window. But the wind's getting up now and the rain's coming, so I'll leave them jobs till tomorrow. Okay, we're back the next day, and we're going to have a look at repairing a panel. First you've got to whip the screws out. We're going to go high speed here. It can be a bit tricky to get the screws out after a long time, because they're a bit rusty and they're well set in and stuff like that, so you might have to fiddle about a bit and bang the panel to get it out. But the idea is to fix a panel with a gash in it, you just unscrew all the way around it and pop it out. You can see this one's got a bit of a gash up in the corner there, and we're going to replace the whole triangle. So we've got that off, taking the plastic off, and we're just going to stick a bit of new plastic on. It should really be done in a warm an environment as possible. It's a bit cool today, but because it's just one triangle, I can pull it pretty tight and get it over the frame pretty neatly. We whip off the excess plastic, and that's ready to go back in there now. Again, putting it back in, that's fairly straightforward. Make sure you get it the right way around, and use your C-cramps to hold it in place. You might have to push and bang on a bit to get it back in, but it's not usually a big problem. Okay, next up we're going to have a look at the tape, and we're going to re-tape all the joints on this dome. Taping's a bit of a faff really, because there's on this one there's loads of joints. Normally speaking, you'd have 3 sections together, so there wouldn't be as many joints. But the first thing you have to do is tape from the centre of a pentagon and outwards. So you do all your pentagons the same way. Do never touch the end of the bit that you hold, like you can see there. Cut that off so that you don't try to stick down tape that's had your fingers on it, because it doesn't stick down. And always be sure to rub it down thoroughly to remove all the air bubbles out of it. What I'll do is I'll show you a closer up view here. There we go. The bit that I've touched, cut that off, because where your fingerprints are, it won't stick. Press it down, don't get any creases, and make sure that you get all the air bubbles out of it. This dome looks wet, but it's just the condensation on the inside. The outside's actually totally dry on this. Do it on a dry day as well, that always helps, and make sure that the dome's clean. You can also use a credit card or a plastic thing and squeeze it down to get those air bubbles out. The better you put it, you fix it down, or you squeeze all the air bubbles out, the longer the tape will last. If you just put it in lightly, in a few months the tape will eventually flake off. The next bit is just repairing a gash. Put tape on the outside and inside, and remember to cut the tape off where you've touched it, so that you don't get the fingerprint issue. And do it on the other side as well. Do tape on both sides.